Hey everybody, welcome to Spikey Saturday number 262 on the Mana Leek. I am John as always, and we've got ourselves a new set. Zendikar Rising, I almost said Battle for Zendikar, is here. It's pretty fun. I've done 2 best of 3 drafts so far, along with the 7 hours of best of 1 drafts that I did on Wednesday, and I'm enjoying the set. I liked M21. I was one of the few who enjoyed it through to the end, but a new set is always good. So pack one, pick one. What do we got here? We have a bad rare, unfortunately. I don't see any reason to really ever play this land, even if you're in the kicker deck. If you're in the kicker deck and you get this last pick, cool. Play it. Why not? But we're never first picking it. The first pick here, really, for me, is between the Umaro Wizard, a modal double-face card, and the Lull Mage's Familiar, and I think I'm just going to take the Wizard. The MDFCs are really good, as expected. If you watched my set review, I gave them wacky, weird grades, because they don't exactly... grades don't work, and in fact the set review that I did for this set will be the last time I use the traditional grading system, because these kind of threw them for a loop, and we have these coming back in Kaldheim and Strixhaven. But yeah, you basically play these 100% of the time, and we'll talk more about them for sure a little bit later. I don't want to go into 2 colors off of here. There's no removal here. There's no bombs. There's nothing great. There's removal, but it's mediocre removal, so we're just going to take Umaro Wizard. We get past a Black Bloom Rogue, a Journey to Oblivion, a Subtle Strike. Thwart the Grave has also done some good work. I think Seafloor Stalker is amazing. But it's not a first pick or a second pick or a third pick, but I think it's very good. But again, here, I think the modal double face card, the versatility of it's just going to beat everything else, including this Journey to Oblivion, which I love. Some people are like, it's 5 mana, and then they immediately jump to, sure, in Magical Christmas Land it'll be 1. But A, it's 5 mana removal. We'll play that. We always will play that. We just won't load up on it. And it's almost always going to be 4 mana. I'll play this for 4 mana. We played it for 4 mana. It was called Suppression Bonds. But we're taking this MDFC here. So the next MDFC we get is Spike Field Hazard, which is significantly less good. But it's still fine. It's still fine. You are never ever not playing this. But here we have to actually look to see if we want to get into blue-red or blue-black off of any of these cards here. None of them are very good. They're not good as in they're not first pick, second picks. You know, I'm playing these two 100% of the time. I'm playing this some amount of the time. I try not to play this or really this. But yeah, we could take this if we want to keep going deep on MDFCs. There's an interesting thing where you can actually splash like 3 MDFCs of a color that you're not playing, because the first one is your splash land and the next 2 are just free spells. It's a very interesting idea, but I don't think we're going to go that deep on this one. Let's take the Constrictor, which is just a fine filler card. We get past a Cleric of Life's Bond, which is really good. This makes the Cleric deck tick, whereas I don't think the black-white life gain deck in M21 was ever really that good, and by good I mean consistent. Yes, people would get the nut one sometimes here or there. In this set, the black-white life gain deck just seems to be fantastic. So really we're looking at that versus a Subtle Strike, and that's about it. So let's take this and see if we can maybe try to get into black-white clerics, which makes me wish that I had taken that black cleric that I was thinking about. We get past a really late Relic Amulet. This thing is surprisingly nutty. When I rated this, I don't think I realized you don't sacrifice it. You just take the counters off of it, and then it stays there and keeps getting more counters. It's a blue-red artifact, but I got wrecked by Kenji playing 2 of these in a blue-black control deck. Because, of course, you just need instants and sorceries, and if you're removing stuff and countering stuff, and every 2 or 3 removal spells or counter spells or whatever, you're getting an extra removal, it's fantastic. So I'm going to take this Relic Amulet, just to see where we happen to end up here, because I don't feel like I'm really missing anything with a Diviner or a Stalker, and especially not a Silencer. I'll play one of these, but I won't be happy about picking it up. Okay, here we get a Geyser Mage, which happens to be a wizard for the Relic Amulet. It happens to be a very good card that is still going a little bit late, and there's not much else here, so let's take that Geyser Mage. Here we get a human cleric, a very good cleric in fact, and we're not passing up too much. So I think we're going to actually push into blue-black here. I'm not seeing black-white really going off, but I mean this still gives us an out if we happen to get some really good clerics or something going on. I don't see much here. I see a Skyclave Squid, which I'll play if I have to, I guess. Yup. I'll play it if I have to, I guess. So we get the Throne back around. Synchronized Spellcraft sitting there. We have a Deliberate. I think we're going to push into blue-black here. The white's just not there for the Cleric. There is white here, but it's not good. So let's take Deliberate. We get a Subtle Strike. Far later than it probably should be here. I will want Stalkers as well. They're just inevitable 3 damage, unblockable, which late in the game is super powerful. So let's take the Subtle Strike. We get a Glacial Grasp. This came back around as well, so we can actually pick this up just in case we happen to be able to stock up on red MDFCs and maybe splash a red card. Glacial Grasp is what blue-black wants to do, but we're not doing the blue-black thing, which is Mill Rogues, which is maybe too good when it goes off from what I've seen so far. But maybe that's just early in the format. We'll take a Cascade Seer, sure. All right, so we're blue-black. We're blue-black. We're going to look to be like blue-black wizard control, which is nice so far. It doesn't seem like you are utterly locked into the archetype of the color, which has been my complaint of some formats in the past. And when we get a format where it's like, yeah, red-white is dinosaurs in Ixalan, but actually red-white could be a lot of things in Ixalan, and that's why I kind of enjoyed Ixalan. We are not going to play a Negate, though. Next pack, we get a Crawling Barrens, which is a super easy pick. This card goes in every deck. You should literally never pass this card. I have gotten this 5th pick before. You should never, ever pass this card. Next pack, we've got ourselves a Mythic Stormcaller, which is not really that good. You'll play it. It's a piker. And I'll play it because we're not really playing a Risen Riptide in this deck. Not yet anyways, and we already have a Hacker Constrictor that may or may not make the cut. So we'll take this. It's a Mythic, and maybe I'll copy a Subtle Strike. Would be fine. But you're not copying anything big with this. It just costs too much mana. This is constructed. But we'll put it in. We'll put it in. We get a Celindy Vision. That's a better pick than anything else in this pack. It's a modal double face card, which means we get to count it as a land. We get to play more spells than perhaps some of our opponents. There's a Cunning Geyser Mage that I would love to get back. There's a Subtle Strike that I would love to get back. Luckily, we're getting something back from this pack. I'll happily play this. I'll happily play this. I will play this. I will play this. Mildly happily, I will play this. We could take this pack and be okay. But we'll take the Vision. We get another MDFC, which we're going to take. We're losing a Feed the Swarm, which is fine. There's better removal in the set, obviously, but sometimes you just have to pay some life for some removal, and that is A-okay. So we're going to take this Vision, and we're going to start fixing our lands here. So there is a discussion going on. There are arguments going on about how you treat the lands. My approach, of course, was this Umara Wizard is a creature. I want to cast this as a creature, so I'm going to put it in the creature slot. Ditto for that. This, I don't remember if I noticed this was an instant. Instant makes this card great. But this will count as a land. And that's how I would do this. And then I would try to play 17, 18 lands depending on the deck. The other argument right now is that every single one of these is a land. Every single one. Every single one is a land. And then you make sure that you play 17, 18, 19, 20 lands depending on number of MDFCs. And I don't know who's correct yet. You know, nobody's done enough drafts to be correct. But I'm curious how it works out. I tried this approach last night, and it worked out. But I don't know if that was because of the approach or not. So here we get a Tazim Royal Mage, we get a Seafloor Stalker, we get a Sky Dancer. I think I just want the Royal Mage. Buying back spells is really good. And these Stalkers, I want them. I want them, and we should be able to get one. And there we go, we got one. There's a Spoils of Adventure, which I saw somebody splash in the early access event, and like, it's up there as a splashable card. Like, draw 3, gain 3 at instant speed is fantastic. I don't think we're gonna splash it. We don't really have a way of splashing it yet, so I think I'm happy to just take the Stalker here over the Sky Dancer, because yeah, the inevitability of the mana sink on this is fantastic. Thwart the Grave, what's our creature count? We got 1 cleric, we got 3 rogues, we got 5 wizards. I think we can play the Thwart the Grave. The trick here that I keep forgetting about this card is you get to return anything, and then you get to return a party member. I keep frequently thinking that I only get to return 2 party members, but you can return your squid should you want. So here we get a Wind Robber, a Diviner, a Highborn Vampire. These are all pretty filler. If we were more in the mill deck, I'd be happy with the Wind Robber. But we're not really getting paid off for milling yet. So I'm a little bit more tempted by the Expedition Diviner. It's a 3/2 flyer. It's going to kill some people. It's going to draw us some cards, assuming we have more wizards. So we'll take that. Another Selindi Vision, get in there. That's a free card to play. Risen Riptide. We are not kicking. We have 2 kicker cards at the moment. 3, but we're never kicking that one. We are not kicking, and I don't know that we'll end up kicking. I'm not going to play a Utility Knife, though, and I don't think we're playing this card here. So we took it. Hey, Geyser Mage came back from that pack. I am happy about that. Another Riptide. We'll see if we can get some more kickers, but I don't think we're gonna have to. We've actually got closing in on a playable deck here. Pack 3, what do we get? We don't get an MDFC in our colors. We don't get a rare in our colors. We actually get an extraordinarily bad pack for us. We're looking at a Blight Priest, a Seer, a Mind Rod. This is a very bad pack for us. So what do we got? We've got 25 cards, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them are lands. So we have 19 cards. We almost definitely are not playing these Riptides. What we really want is some more unconditional removal. So we're going to be picking that as highly as possible. God, I almost want that Mind Drain. It'll come back around. Let's take the Field Research. Yeah, let's take the Divination and see what happens here. Hey, Blue-Black Rogue. Blue-Black Rogue. Pack 3, we found the thing. We found the thing. All right, we're taking this. This card, during the set review, I said there did not seem to be any uncommons that were too bad. This one closes in on being too bad. Luckily, it's killable, but this going early will destroy a game. So let's try to destroy some games, shall we? We got to Vanquish the Weak, which we'll take. There's some conditional, but still very good removal. We'll take a Wind Robber, especially now that we have the Thought Thief. All right, we've got a deck going. We've got a deck. Let's get those Riptides out of there. We're not playing those. We get a Dreadworm, a Zulaport Duelist, a Wind Rider, a Wizard. Boy, I might actually want the Duelist here if we're really going to do rogue shenanigans. No, it doesn't attack. It doesn't attack. It's a 1/1. Even with this, it's a 2/1. I don't want that. Let's take the Wizard. Umara Wizard's free for us to put in our land slot. There's also an Into the Royal. I love me an Into the Royal, but I'm taking the MDFC. So what are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 MDFCs right now? Pretty good, pretty good. There's a Subtle Strike we'll certainly play. I like this deck. I think this deck's going to do some stuff. 19 creatures. Holy moly. I guess it's counting these 3. Living Tempest we're not going to play. Skydancer we'll play. Skydancer mills. It's a rogue. It's a flying rogue. It'll do some work. We're going to cut this Glacial Grass. We're not going to play that. We get a Mind Drain. I don't think we're going to main deck it, but we'll see. We'll see. The deck building gets super messy because you have 32 playables, except so many of them are lands here. What do we actually have? I should start taking a look at that. We might actually play, I don't like Mind Carver, but there's a chance we have a spot for it. So we've got 32, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 25 playables right now, so we are going to have to make some cuts, but we're not playing either of these over that. In fact, I'll take out this Hogger Constrictor. We're not going to play either of those. Yeah, I'll probably play another Skydancer. Why not? Not going to play those, and not going to play that. All right, so there's our pack. There's our deck. There's our deck. So what we need to do is bring some lands over here first. 1, 2, 3. Nope. Come on. Boop. I will say the flipping out of the cards on this, covering up what you're looking at, is annoying. But I also don't know how you could otherwise display them easily. Is that it? That's it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my understanding is when you have 6 MDFCs, you count them all as lands, and then you play 19 sources. So we need 13 lands. So there's 1. So there's 14, 15. So there's 13 sources. Right? So we've got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we've got 19 mana sources, regardless of the fact that we definitely want to play this as a creature and we definitely want to play this as a creature. So now we need to cut 5 cards. We have 20 creatures, which is kind of nutty for this deck. We don't need that many creatures. We've got a Risen Riptide here that I don't really want. Is there a way to take these out easily? Well, in this mode, no, you just can't. You just can't. Quality. I think we can take out a field research here. 2 drops are important, so I kind of want to keep that Skyclave Squid. Are we copying stuff off of this Stormcaller? Is that a legitimate thing? Copying Thwart the Grave would be 6, 10, 11... a casual 14 mana to copy that. 10 to copy a Vanquish the Weak. 10 to copy a Mind Drain. 4 to copy a Subtle Strike is nice, but we're not doing it, so we can cut this the Stormcaller. It's just not that good of a card. Put that in your commander deck or something. Have some fun. 18 creatures. What's our rogue count? Our rogue count is 8. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for that Thought Thief. Royal Mage, what are you buying back? You're buying back Thwart, which would be amazing. You're buying back Vanquish, which would be great. Mind Drain's a possibility. It might be the Mind Drain that we actually cut here. Although we are lacking on removal, but hopefully our versatility just helps us out here. What is our instant sorcery and wizard count? 7, 8, 9. Holy, yeah, okay. No, we're not cutting Relic Amulet. This thing is gonna churn. This is our removal. We've got enough flyers. I think I want to keep the Mind Carver in. We can cut Cascade Seer. It's a wizard for the Relic Amulet, but it's otherwise just not that great of a card. So we've got one more cut. There's a chance that we could get away with 18 lands in this deck, but we are looking to kick that. We are looking to sink some mana into that. We are sinking mana into that. We're wanting to kick that. I don't want to cut the Squid. I think we just cut the Mind Drain. Mind Drain has somewhat impressed me, but I think that's the cut here. Or is it just the Duelist? Like, what is the Duelist doing for us? It's milling 2, it's coming down early, and then it's becoming a 2/1. We have 8 rogues. No, we can cut the Duelist. I don't think the Duelist is good enough here. All right, so here's a deck. Here's a deck. It's chock full of MDFCs, which is the way you should go. Let's see how it works. Let's see how it works. I think we'll do some things with this deck. It's not the Nut Mill deck. That would require a Ruin Crab, or perhaps more Thought Thief rogues. But you can't have everything. We're gonna play first. I do wonder if this is a draw first set. Okay, so we get a Malakir Rebirth, which will play as a tap land into a Relic Amulet into Vroom Vroom Rogues and or Wizards. So let's keep that. So let's pop this down tapped and let's get going. And I've got to record this in my stats. We're playing blue-black. I paid a fresh hot 15... Numlock's not on. I paid a fresh hot 1,500 gems, no gold, and I did not earn any gems from the grind. Alright, well, we got a creature instead. Relic Amulet, you will join us someday. What do you got over there? Ooh, okay, they've got a Wrath. Core Blade Master, sure. Sure thing, let's get in for 3 here. Yeah, I will trade gladly. Abso-fruitly. And then... We fly in for 2 either way. We fly in for 2 either way. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery or other wizard spell. We fly in for 2 either way. Let's do the flash. Make them afraid of a counterspell. Spare supplies, sure. Draw yourself a card. Lando for turn. No Lando for turn? There's the Lando for turn. Alright, so they can pay 2, tap and sack that to draw a card, sure. Let's Scadance. Mill 2 cards. Florahedron and a Plains. So we've got a Black Bloom Rogue. I would like to play that as a rogue. I'm also going to need the land. Let's get in for 2. +3, +0, as long as there's 8 or more. We definitely want to play that as a creature. It's not going to get through next turn, whereas Windrider will get through next turn, presumably. More likely than Black... Well, no, it's got Menace. It's got Menace. It's got Menace. It's got Menace. No, let's get the flyer down. Let's get the flyer down. I think we're going to win a little bit better through flyers. And do I really desperately want 4 mana down? Yeah, with Thwart the Grave up, I think I want 4 mana down, so let's play that tapped. There's a lot of decisions in Zendikar, which I'm really enjoying. Ikoria I found to be messy complexity, with all the mechanic counters and mutate stacks. It was a messy level of complexity. This set is very clean and very complex. Tons of decisions. I think we're going to get Rabid Bit here. We are. That's fine. That's fine. A Mind Drain, eh? We need that Fledgling to die, or we need to win faster. So let's get in for 2. Yeah, gotta mute that dog. Getting close to just muting all, not all sounds, but all players. So we could Mind Drain, which mills, discards, or we could drop the Stalker, which may not get a good attack. Or we could get the Relic Amulet going. Let's get the Relic Amulet going, because then we have Mind Drain, we have Thwart, we have other ways of starting to get counters onto it. So what's this one? Oh, it's just a duel, sure. Vastwood Surge? Oh god, we're dead. Okay, so this is getting 4. This is a 6/6 flyer right now. Well, wait, no, what? If this spell, did they not? Oh, they didn't kick it. They didn't kick it. Okay, we're only in trouble. We're only in trouble. We're not dead. We're not dead. We're only hurting a lot. So we've got to Thwart the Grave up. I don't really want those 2 creatures in. We're going to bash in for 2. We're going to Mind Drain them. How's this race working out? How is this race working out? How is this race working out? No, let's Stalker them here. Pass the turn. We are unlikely to be able to Relic Amulet that Fledgling ever, unfortunately. What we need for game 2 and game 3 is Vanquish the Weak or Subtle Strike when this is very weak and fledgling-y. Looks like they don't have a land though, so that's good. We can take 4. What you got? Okay, sure. You've got yourself a 5/6. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Ooh, Demon's Disciple, eh? Well, let's fly in for 2. Let's Demon's Disciple away one of those creatures, and we'll sack, I guess, the Demon's Disciple itself. I'm assuming they'll sack the Fledgling? Because the 5/6 is bigger? But the Fledgling, like, the next land makes it a 5/5 flyer. I think the correct thing is to keep the Fledgling and sack the Cleric. But they might get drawn in by the bigger number. Nope, they do keep the Fledgling. That is, I believe, the correct choice. 12-12. Oh, we lose. Okay. 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 Well, that was fun. That was fun. So game 2, we need them to not draw that card. There aren't that many I win cards in the format, but there is that one. There is that one. What does this race look like? We fly in for 2. And then we have to thwart the grave, back a wizard. Nope, 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 nope. We have to thwart the grave, back a squid and a wizard. Because they'll just sack a plant. There's no reason to bring back the Disciple. And then we don't have a spell that really gets us out of this. So I think we want the land down. So we can attempt to try to win in the air here still, but it's gonna be exceptionally rough. Draw a card, sure thing. Because like if they find a land, they've got a 6/6 flyer that we have to chump. They'll have 2 4/5 plants. They'll have a 5/5. We are powerfully dead here. That is a good splashed card. I think. What are you? Yeah, they're splashing the red. They're green-white otherwise. Powerful card. So coming in the air, what do we have? We have 1, 2, 3. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 coming in because this is unblockable. This doesn't hit face, unfortunately. We're kind of lacking 3 damage somewhere from just winning next turn. But it requires us living this turn, which we can't do while keeping the flyer and the stalker and whatnot. Ugh. Okay, sure. Make some things even bigger. Why not? Sure, I was gonna have to jump block that anyways. Oh God. Well. Guess I'll die. You could just swing with the team here, friend. Cool. Let's save some mental energy here and get out of this game. Okay. Don't die. Don't let them be lucky enough to have that card in their hand with the right mana, is the way that we're going to approach this game too. There's not many I win cards, but there is Phylath, there is Drana, there is Hellkite Tyrant. Even Hellkite Tyrant can be answered immediately. Even Drana can be answered immediately. Yeah. It's going to be tricky. Well, if they don't answer this, we just win the game. How do y'all feel about winning the game? I like winning the game. Let's attempt to win the game. Now, if they answer it, we're going to mute your dog. Just wizards. Give me mute. Give me mute pet, but not mute opponent. Because I would like to interact with opponents if they're nice and interact. Ooh! There's so many rogues. Don't interact. Don't interact. Don't interact. Don't interact. Don't do it. Don't interact. Sure. Oh, another rogue. Oh, these rogues are so good. All right, so let's fly in mill 2. Get in for 1. On their turn, we'll flash in the Sky Dancer. And then we're going to play Rogue and Carver. And we're going to get going. Sure, I'll take 1. Ow. Sure, I'll flash this in, mill 2. This is going to be a race. This will be a race, but... Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Alright, we're going to get this Carver down on, honestly, the Sky Dancer, because at some point they're going to want to kill our Thought Thief. So let's mill another 2. Let's drop this one. And then next turn, these are attacking as a 2/3, a 6/2, and a 6/3. So we're attacking for, I think, 14, if I mathed correctly. So they must interact this turn with our creatures, and they do not. They do not. Yeah, I'll take this for sure. Because I think you're just about dead. Mill 2. Take you to 1. Look at me mathing correctly. I'm so proud of myself. And we'll play this out for blockers. And that's why this card is perhaps unreasonable. Perhaps. Let's go back in and be unreasonable. It's going to be the card that can ruin some games. And you know, I'm sure plenty of people are saying, well, you just vanquished the Wicked. Our opponent didn't have, well, they're not black, but they didn't have Vanquish the Weak in hand. They didn't have Nahiri's Binding in hand. You can say the card's not bad because there are cards that kill it, but you have to have the cards in your hand. So unfortunately, we don't have the Oops, I Win button in hand, but we've got a very good hand here. We're just going to drop this Wizard as a land because we're going to want the mana going, and we've got another one of these Wizards, and we've got other stuff. We might just play this Tazim Royal Mage out because they're suggesting that I need early interaction. But I'd be happy with spare supplies, sure. Sure thing. Ooh, Crawling Barons. We don't have time for Crawling Barons in this matchup, I don't think. But let's get Royal Mage down. Royal Mage perhaps followed up with a Sky Dancer, perhaps Vanquish the Weak, depending on what comes down. A Brute. Yep, I'm looking at the Vanquish here. I'm looking at the Vanquish right now, in fact. Because I want to get the damage in. I want to take them off their game just a touch. And then we'll see where we go. Fledgling, sure. Land, get a counter. Yup. All pretty good. All pretty good and problematic. Well, at least Geyser Mage is going to do some work to bounce that. So hopefully we can get back into it with that. Yep, gotta mute the dog. Gotta mute the dog. So how many... We got one card in their library, so this is pretty far from being activated. I guess I need to get the Sky Dancer down so that we're going to have some flying ability. So let's pass the turn and do that. There's also the chance this attacks in as a 2/2. Nope, it's going to attack in as a 4/4. God, if they have Phylith in hand, if they have Phylith in hand, this format has not looked good in this matchup, because it has been just two players playing their own game, and nothing the other player did mattered. Oh, we're only mostly in trouble still. Only mostly in trouble. All right, take him down to 12. And then what's the best thing we can do here? We could drop a squid. How many cards? 4? The squid is unlikely to be able to attack in with whatever else they're going to do this turn. The Stalker. What does the Stalker represent? We have a Rogue Wizard. So that's 3 mana. So 3 mana, 5 damage, they can't block. It's almost a 2-turn clock, and actually even a little bit better with Strike here. Let's go with the Stalker. Drop the Stalker. Menace Rogue's going to be good, but I might really want 5 mana, because if we top deck an untapped land, we could Geyser Mage away the Fledgling. Yeah, let's get this down as a land. I think that's going to do a little bit more work. I did, speaking of the new background, because of course backgrounds have been a discussion point on this channel in the past with the Omancat one. This background's been totally fine, except I had to turn down the ambient noise, because there's constant thundering footsteps, which I assume is the crab walking, because we're on top of a crab. And yeah, it was too loud and sounded like the boom, boom of running out of time, and it was stressful. All right, so this is 3 to activate, right? So it's 5 minus 2. I can math that out in my head because I'm good at math. It's 3. So we activate it. Yep, using that mana. So we can get in for 5. Get in for 5, just like that. And then... And then. What's happening if we're getting hit by a land? This is 9, so we're not dead, but we have to have a blocker for the Cleric. So we are going to have to drop the squid here. It's going to be close here at the end. It was a better game because they didn't have their Phylith. They didn't just, oops, I win. Looks like maybe they're going to draw a card to try to find that land, is my guess. And we're representing, again, 5. It's just 1 mana, or 1 damage off, eh? 1 damage off. Or 2 damage off, because 1 damage from the Subtle Strike. We're 2 damage off, but 1 with the card that we have in hand. It's going to be close, but these Fledglings, when they come down early, are also a touch problematic. But at least they have to come down early, or they are bad. Like, they're a really bad top deck, but you still play them 100% of the time. And getting 2 is nutty. Like, if this opponent ever plays turn 2 Fledgling, turn 3 Fledgling, you just lose. And we're just going to lose here if they have a land in hand. Actually, no, we're not. We would go to 1 if they have a land in hand. Coming in for 6, eh? Coming in for 6. Explain. Explain. No blocks. No blocks. I'm not a coward. I'm a warrior. Wait, no, I didn't block. I'm a coward. Okay. So we could attack in with Stalker and take them to 2. We are super dead off of a land. They don't have one in hand. If they top deck, are we still just dead? We chump and we take 3. We're not just dead. But And this is the thing. A lot of people get stuck into, well, that's how we don't die. But we don't want to not die. We need to win. So if we need to win, then we just need to assume that they don't top deck a land. They top deck a land, we chump, and then they top deck a land and we're dead. So we need to, we need to just assume they're not going to top deck a land. That's how we get out of this and how we win. So let's attack in for 5. Wow. 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 Okay. I mean, it was a good sideboard. They saw a whole bunch of flyers in game 2, but wow. Wow. All right, if they don't play a land, we win. Because we can still unblockable and give it Subtle Strike. In fact, we can Subtle Strike end of turn. And that's why this Stalker is pretty good. Normally you would hope to have more mana this late in the game. Normally you wouldn't want to be facing down 13 damage on the other side of the board. So they don't have a land. If they did, they would have just slammed it down. Are they thinking about moving the axe? What's the axe cost to move to? Wait, does moving the axe kill us? No, we're at 5. The team. Well then, let's block, shall we? So Subtle Strike won't change anything, right? 4-5, 4-3. Well, Subtle Strike actually does change something here. We can take 1 less damage. I just don't want them to know that the Stalker is lethal next turn. I would rather do this end of turn. God dang it. All right. They got there. They super got there. Okay. Well, guess I'll die. Guess I'll die. We can Thought Thief to chump. Geyser Mage chump, go to 1. So now we're playing to not die, which is not good. We could play another. Can we play Stalker and live? We can't even play Stalker and live. So we are unfortunately just dead here. Yeah, even activating Barons just gives us a 4-4. Or a 2-2 rather, that doesn't attack in. So we're dead. We're dead. We tried. We tried. That was a good match. Or a good game. That was a good game. The first 2 games were not good games, but this was a good game. We needed the removal earlier. Or we needed another land. How good would a land have been, huh? So we're going to block. Oh, we're dead anyways because that 1-4. Just fuck off, Arena. I hate when you click these things and it doesn't let you block. Yeah, so we died, but those were close and those were fun and those really, really exemplified what I'm enjoying about Zendikar, up to the point where they played Finalizing in game 1 and up to the point where I just went off with the Thought Thief in game 2. But there were a lot of decisions on when to play those lands. Really interesting things there. I just wish Arena was a quality program instead of a pile of crap. That would be good. That would be real good. But yeah, I'm enjoying best of 3. Best of 3 feels great. As usual, best of 1 is a raging garbage pile that I don't think you should ever touch for any reason. Most reasons that you could give me, I can probably tell you why best of 3 is a better choice. This is a great hand. Plenty of lands, plenty of stuff for us to do, plenty of decisions here. I'm going to drop the Wizard first so that we get a tap land out of the way. I want to play the Rogue, so we'll see what happens from there. A friend over here milled to 6. Cinder Barons. That'll be nice. That'll be real nice. I think we're just going to jam this Rogue down. Healer, sure thing. Sure thing. Yeah, let's get this rogue going. We'll follow the rogue with the stalker, I suppose. We're actually going to get to kick a geyser mage. This is the first time that we've had 6 mana. I don't think we've had 6 mana in a game of Magic so far today. Well, that wizard we get to play. And ain't that nifty. So we attack in, and they think they're going to kill it. And we instead get to kill their healer? But we don't get to establish the board? Let's establish the board. No attacks. I guess we're just jamming a Umara wizard down, eh? Ooh, yeah. Especially because next turn we cast this wizard, kick, bounce something, and have a flyer. Next turn's going to be good. Going to be real good. They are base white right now, playing a base camp. So some sort of party shenanigans. But we have a hell of a turn coming up here. In fact, I'm actually kind of happy to give up that rogue, and I think they might go for the rogue block. Oh. Oh. What if we made the wizard fly in a different way? Let's make the wizard fly in a different way. Let's cast Selindi Vision. Get this flying. Wow. We can save that. We can save that in such an interesting way here. We're going to Subtle Strike. We're going to turn this into a 3/2 and jam a counter on our unblockable friend. So we get to save the wizard. God, I love Magic. This Mind Drain's actually going to be really good. Let's grab that Mind Drain. I mean, they now know that we have the Mind Drain, but I still think that's going to be quite good. So let's get in for 6. Well, they get to block there, but that's fine. In for 3. Our 4/3 is back to being a 4/3. All good, all good, all good. Oh, Subtle Strike. Shepherd, well, that's pretty good. That's pretty decent. Pretty dang decent. But I'll trade my wizard for it. Pretty gladly. Let's Mind Drain them, get some cards out of their hand, leave them with 1 card in hand. And then this is unblockable, right? Yeah, because we can pay 3. Although we could also Sky Dancer. What are they at? 4? 5, 6, 7? 4. 4. This will be 5, 6. Let's just offer the trade. Offer the trade, see if they go for it. Awesome. Love it. And then we'll flash in a Sky Dancer on their turn. Can bounce whatever they kept in hand that's scary. What'd you keep? You're not going to tell me what you kept. Well, I don't like that. They're really not going to tell me what they kept. Okay. Well, that worked. That worked. Maybe they were stuck on mana. They were on white for quite a long time. All right. All right. All right. I heard them blow up there. So good match. Good match. We are 1-1. I'll take it. I'll take it. Let's go into match 3. I have a feeling I'm going to like this set quite a bit. So long as I don't constantly go up against the mill deck, or not even necessarily the mill deck, but the Thought Thief rogue deck, which if there's a Ruin Crab tends to be the mill deck, and if there's not a Ruin Crab tends to be the take 75 damage in the air deck. But yeah, everything's looking good so far. Let me know how it's going in the comments down below, of course. This is a hand that'll keep. It's got lands, it's got spells. We don't even have to play this out as a land. Seems good. Seems good. We get to deliberate on turn 2. Such a mediocre card. Let's drop the Swamp, pass the turn. Plains, you got it. You got it. This is instant speed, right? It is. So we'll deliberate, play Rogue, see where we go. Sellsword, sure. Hey, buddy. Yup. Our opponent appears to want to race us. We will accept that race, gladly. Thought Thief, Wind Robber. Please no Rabid Bite. No Rabid Bite, and we've got a very good chance of winning. No, don't Rabid Bite. Nope, no burn. Don't you dare burn. Don't you dare burn on that natural Naya. I'll take 3, gladly. Because we're what? We're milling them for 3? Perhaps even more if we just up and Mind Drain them. We're gonna drop the Black Bloom Rogue instead. This is gonna get a card in their graveyard as well, so that's 4. I guess Mind Drain would be 5, 6. They're gonna show me a Root Grazer. That's fine. We super win through that. Yeah, let's smash in, mill 2, and then we'll mill 1 off the hit. What was that? A Scoot Swarm? Gross. And so what's in there right now? 4, so 5, 6, 7. So yeah, let's drop this here because we Mind Drain them next turn. This fills up to 8, and we're coming in for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 next turn. Like I said, this card's unreasonable. Unreasonable. Take 3, gladly. One more turn, no kill. There we go. There we go. All right, so yeah, we're gonna Mind Drain them. Fill that graveyard up. And then smash for an unreasonable amount. We're coming in for 10. They're gonna be at 17, so they're gonna go to 7. Shatterskull smashing, nice. Smash. Pump the team. Look at them, they're so big. They're so big. They're so big. Boom, boom, boom. And of course, with Thwart the Grave, you know, I keep forgetting about this. You can return 2 rogues because the first one can be anything. So we can even bring back Thought Thief and Thought Thief and Black Bloom if that's what happens. Yeah, I'll take 5. We're winning this race through and through and through and through. Especially with a wizard coming down too. Because that'll just be 4 flying out of the air if we cast a instant sorcery or wizard spell. My turn. Cunning Geyser Mage. Dece. Alright, let's smash on in for a whole great big bunch. Pressure point? Sure, that's fine. That ain't a thing. We'll get in for 4 here. What do we got? Still nothing too scary. Get in for 4. And yeah, I think we'll just drop that Umara Wizard. Duel? Regular duel? Regular duel. I guess we could actually activate Cinder. No, let's just drop the wizard. Drop the wizard. We've got a blocker in case of like a Might of Marasa happening or something. They're gonna put a land down? Sure. Alright. Alright. Our wizard flies. Basically everything's unblockable here in their current setup. And we need one of these to get in, or both of these. And we've got options aplenty. Including Crawling Barrens, although unfortunately Crawling Barrens will only be 2 damage, but it'll be pretty dang close. Can they pump the Sellsword up big enough? I don't think so, so we're going to block the Root Grazer here. There's no double strike card, right? Might of Marasa would only be 8. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Soaring Thought Thief. Unreasonable. Let's be unreasonable one more time. So I've done 2 best of 3 drafts before this. I've 2-1 both of them. If I 2-1 this one, I have a solid, consistent 66% win rate. Which is fine. It's not great on the gems, but it's not as bad as 1-2s or 0-2s. Alright. Soaring Thought Thief in hand. One time. And yeah, you see just how useful those MDFCs are. Just having them as lands when you need them early, and when you don't need them, having them just be a spell is super, super, super good. This is probably one of the weakest hands we've seen. No MDFCs. Everything's just kind of cards that we like. We put them in the deck because we like them. We'll see how it goes. So that's a mull 6. Cool. Okay. Let's get the tap land down, because I'm going to want 4 mana, 5 or 6 mana. Sellsword, sure. Pretty decent. I have a feeling we're going to present this Windrider Wizard up as a chump fella. So Vanquish the Weak for Scoot Swarm next turn is a thing we're going to do. Let's get the Windrider down. Next turn is there's nothing we are doing next turn other than vanquishing the weak, the Scoot Swarm. Absolutely nothing else we're doing. Scoot Swarm. Land. Bug. Attack. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Go away, Scoot. Go away, Scoot. Now, unfortunately, we know they have Belaged Recovery. We saw that last game, which means Scoot Swarm could come back. And that'll be a problem. 1, I'll take it. Ooh, and a pass of the turn. You're telling me this is our chance, eh? Well, let's get a 3-2 down. This is our shot. Pressure point, sure. Not a big fan of Pressure Point. It doesn't do enough. It's not really worth a card. Dauntless Survivor, sure. Your bug's a 2-2. Look at that. Look at that. Wow, rude. So rude. Okay, well, I got a 4-3. That'll put a stop to what's going on over there. And then we can bring back a pair of wizards should we want. Wow, stop. Can you stop? We're going to mute that cat. That cat is having a fit. Well, there's a Crawling Barrens up and running. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sweet. We can actually activate Crawling Barrens and play Skydancer on their turn. I like that a bit. Yeah. Yeah, no way am I ever blocking that with my Crawling Barrens. Not a chance. Not a chance. Not while it's only a 2-2. What is this? Song Mad? Song Mad. Okay, we are going to play this here. We don't have to tap this to put a counter on it, right? No, obviously not. So yeah, we're going to play this. Mill. Jerboa? Okay, and then we're going to activate this, get counters on it, and not turn it into a creature. Ooh, how many cards? 8 cards, you say? 8 cards, you say? Well, it would be a shame if somebody did that and made a 5-2. In for 5. And I think it's time to thwart the grave. Let's thwart the grave, bringing back Umara Wizard and Diviner. Or do we just want... No, we want the 4-3 for sure. Let's bring back these two. There we go. Look at that. We got 8, potentially 13 in the air. I think we're gonna do it. Rude. Rude. So I draw a card, right? I just straight up draw a card. Yeah, no, I'm fine. We've got Crawling Barrens. We've got Crawling Barrens. Land, sure thing. Was that? Oh, okay, no. Sweet. We get the Demon's Disciple, sack the Wizard, make them sack probably their 1-1. We get to fly in for 8. pass the turn, I'll activate Crawling Barons and block that Scoot Swarm if it comes in. And I think we've done diddly did it. There we go. 2-1. 2-1. Super consistent 2-1 in this format. I have never not gone 2-1. Awesome. Awesome. Loving this format. There's so much going on. It's so interesting. It's not crazy overpowered, which I love. You know me. That's why I really enjoyed the core set. But the complexity is there. It's complex, not overpowered. And that is the mark of a fantastic format. Hopefully it stays that way. We'll see what happens. Let me know how it's going in the comments down below. Loving this format. Hope you are too. We'll have plenty more gameplay of this because it's around for a very long time. It's a long time until mid-January, given that it's only mid-September right now. So let me know anything you want to let me know in the comments down below. As always, you can find me over on Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook. You can find me at patreon.com/ShamanLeek if you want to help out the channel that way. I am hoping to get lists back going again. They didn't perform well last time I tried them out, but I figure why not try them out again. You can always go to inkedgaming.com/ShamanLeek if you're going to buy anything from there. They have great face masks. They've got gaming crates, which are really good tote bags for carrying board games, playmats, all kinds of stuff like that. As well, for those who are still sticking around, I haven't announced this yet. I'll do an announcement video at some point, and probably I should mention it at the start of a video, but October 31st, Halloween, is going to be my annual 24-hour charity stream. If you've never watched one of these, they are super fun. We play 24 hours of a lot of Magic, but also Jackbox games and Choice Chamber and all kinds of audience participation games like that, raising money for my local children's hospital. We've done over $5,000 over the 4 years that I've done it. This will be my 5th year, and we do a ton of giveaways. We gave away a ton of Magic board games and Magic D&D figures from WizKids Gaming's last year. They donated a ton of stuff. We give away playmats and singles, and I do a bunch of crack-a-packs on stream and give away those packs, all kinds of stuff like that, raising money for a good cause. So check that out, October 31st. There will be more information up in the YouTube posts and stuff like that. But yeah, like, share, subscribe is the easy way to help out, and otherwise I'll see you all next time.